Hello parents, and welcome back to Heart-to-Heart Parenting. In this video we're getting into the actual 3 steps of connecting with your child at the heart level. And in this video we'll go over step number 1. When your child comes to you and he's upset, we have an automatic response of usually 1 or 2 things. Usually we want to fix the problem or the circumstance that caused the negative emotion, or we want to suppress or discount or eliminate the negative emotion itself. But the problem with these 2 responses are that when we respond by fixing the circumstance, then we're teaching our child that he can only be happy and content if circumstances and things around him are the way he wants them. And so this creates a victim mentality that'll be with him throughout his life. The second response of trying to eliminate the emotion, it has several long-term negative consequences. First of all, suppressing emotions creates problems. Your child is going to try, and then he has to try and figure out how to manage his emotions himself. He doesn't have any information, he doesn't have any skills, and so a lot of times what kids do when they're upset and they don't have an adult to help them deal with their negative emotions, they'll reach faulty conclusions. And Dr. Henry Cloud and Townsend, in their famous book Boundaries, tell us that suppressed emotions destroy boundaries and create dysfunction. So when you're not helping your child, when you're not allowing him to express his emotions, and you're discounting them or saying, oh, it's no big deal, or you'll get over it, or you just simply, ignore the negative feeling, he's really at a loss for how to deal with the emotion. And you're creating a lot of long-term problems for your child. Plus, with both of these responses, you're losing and missing the opportunity to connect with your child at the heart level. Because remember, it's negative emotions that are the best opportunity to connect. So you want to take advantage of these opportunities. Another response we've talked about is logic. This is another way that we use to try and eliminate the negative feeling by explaining it away. And as we've said before, logic is the language of the head, and you can never address the heart with logic because the heart doesn't operate on logic. So you have to address the feeling, okay? So, and remember also that by using logic, you're actually causing the emotion to escalate, because the heart will continue to increase its cry for help, so to speak, when it feels like it's not heard. All right? So what we want to do instead of fixing the circumstances and trying to eliminate the emotion is that we want to allow. Step number 1 is allow the expression of the emotion. Now, again, this doesn't mean to allow tantrums and fits and rage and anger. But you see, when you start using this process, and when you interact with your child in a helpful way, it will eliminate these kinds of behaviors, all the tantrums and fits, because those are just a child's way of crying out, saying, there's something wrong in here, why aren't you hearing me? So as you connect with him right away and you help him to work through his emotions, then you'll have less of those behaviors that you don't want, which are the fits and tantrums. So allowing the expression of it. So when he comes to you upset, you just allow him to express. Okay? The second thing you want to do in this step, there's a second half to it, is to identify the emotion. See, little kids cannot understand abstract concepts. So an abstract concept is something that he can't see, feel, taste, or touch. And so an emotion to him is just this feeling inside of him. He doesn't know what it is. So when you put a name to it, you're helping him, first of all, to identify that this is something. It's not just some ethereal thing that doesn't have a name. And when you name it, it makes it seem more normal. If it has a name, it must be normal, so that makes your child realize it's okay to have this feeling. Other people have it too. And the other benefit, and the greatest benefit to identifying his emotion, is that it's going to raise his opinion of you. He's going to see you as an expert. Wow, mom knows what I'm going through. She knows the name for it. She must know how to help me get through it. And so that first step of allowing and identifying, it can be scary at first because, like I said, it's counterintuitive, and we think that if we identify with the emotion, it's going to escalate it. But the opposite is actually true. By identifying with it, it puts your child at ease. And then he can express and go through the whole process of these 3 steps we're going to get into. And it's going to be so much easier, but it is scary at first. But just remember that scientists tell us that feelings, if allowed to express, will dissipate in 90 seconds at the most, usually less than that. It's only when we suppress them that they continue to grow and fester and cause problems. So allowing that expression right away and not resisting it is going to help your child get it off his chest. I mean, we say that, I need to get it off my chest. So he needs to tell you why he's upset. So allow him to express, identify the emotion for him, and then he'll realize that you're on his side, and he will open his heart to you. One of the benefits of this is that as you grow closer to your child and you identify with his emotions, you're preventing teen rebellion. Because the cause of teen rebellion is a child that feels like his parents don't understand him. So this whole process is a huge solution to preventing teen rebellion. So remember, when your child's upset and he comes to you, don't be afraid of his negative emotions. Allow him to express it, identify it, name it for him, and then we're going to get into step number 2 in the next video. I'll see you there.